Nigeria Labour Congress pickets Labour Party headquarters, demands Abure's resignation. Service chiefs meet senators in closed-door session over soldiers killing in Delta State. Nigeria's rural urban migration exposes gaps in basic amenities provision due to underdevelopment. On the foreign scene, Blinken on Middle East tour as stalemate over ceasefire continues. Hello and welcome to the News Hour on Trust Television. I am Aisha Salihu. Thank you so much for joining us. And now we begin with Labour matters, where members of the Nigeria Labour Congress marched to the national headquarters of the Labour Party on Wednesday, disrupting regular activities. The organized Labour is demanding the immediate resignation of the party's national chairman, Julius Abure, citing contempt for the leadership of the Labour Union.
The protesting union members who stormed the Labour Party headquarters in Abuja accused the chairman of the party, Julius Abure, of plotting to hold a national convention in contravention of the constitution of the party. They maintained that the Labour Party belongs to the Nigeria Labour Congress and as such, they won't relent until they take it back.
Labour Party was registered by the NLC, Nigerian Labour Congress. Labour Party belongs to Nigerian Labour Congress. Now, we are saying that this is injury time. Abure has been rubbing salt into injury.
The union also described Abure as a political coup plotter who became chairman of the party through illegal means and as such wants him removed.
Abure is a coup plotter, political coup plotter. He was made secretary of Labour Party in June 2019. In March 2021, Abure transformed into chairman of Labour Party. By himself, he plotted a coup. And since that time, there have been court rulings. There have been agreements initiated by INEC requesting Abure to do the normal thing.
Comrade, I have the secretary of the political commission who have been engaging Abure, thinking that he's a normal human being, thinking that he was going to follow the due process, thinking that he was going to organize a convention in line with the understanding with Labour to have an all-inclusive convention. But Abure, knowing that he can never survive an all-inclusive convention, wanted to do a convention in the night. Comrade Chris Oyot is the secretary of the commission, and together with his colleagues, they have done a lot of effort before we reach this stage of taking over our party by ourselves.
The National Publicity Secretary of the Labour Party, Obiora Ifo, while reacting to the picketing of the Labour Party headquarters, said the party was appalled by the desperation exhibited by the NLC president. Ifo said, the party notes that the president of the NLC, Comrade Joe Ajiro's greed and inordinate ambition have pushed him into losing every sense of discretion and decency in his recent conduct, be it in his affairs with the workers or even the government. As a party, we wonder how Ajiro would lead a band of lawless persons who are known to have partisan interest in other major political parties such as the PDP and APC against a recognized independent political party. Ajiro's continuous claim that the NLC owns the Labour Party is not in any way supported by either the Electoral Act or the Constitution. For his information, a political party is owned by those who are card-carrying or financial members of the party, the spokesperson said. Sagir Ibrahim, Trust TV News, Abuja.
The Senate Joint Committee on Defense, Army, Navy and Air Force on Wednesday held a closed-door meeting with the nation's service chiefs over the recent killings of troops in Okwama community, Bomadi local government area of Delta State. The meeting had in attendance the Chief of Defense Staff, General Christopher Gwabin Musa, Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Tarid Lagbaja, Chief of Air Staff, Air Marshal Hassan, and Chief of Naval Staff, Vice Admiral Emmanuel Ogala. Let's take a look at this and other engagements of the Senate during Wednesday's plenary.
Recall that the Senate during plenary on Tuesday, March 19, 2024 mandated the Joint Committee to investigate the incident. The upper chamber also urged the federal government to ensure that those responsible are identified, apprehended and brought to justice. The Joint Committee is chaired by Senator Ahmed Lawan, who is also chairman of the Senate Committee on Defense. Addressing journalists, Lawan said the meeting was fruitful as far-reaching decisions were made, noting that the Senate frowned at the action of those who murdered the uniformed men.
The Senate had a resolution with respect to the killings that happened in Delta State of military officers and men. And a joint committee was set up to investigate what happened. Joint Committee of Defense, Army, Navy, and Air Force.
Senator Lawan said this was the first meeting of the ad hoc committee, promising that the committee would continue to meet until those behind the dastardly act are apprehended.
And for us in the National Assembly, there is no investment that the administration can do better than investing in the armed forces and other security agencies for them to secure us and our properties. I believe that this is what every Nigerian wants.
Also on Wednesday, the Senate committee passed the Student Loans Access to Higher Education Act, Repeal and Reenactment Bill 2024. The Senate's resolution followed its consideration of the report of the Senate Committee on Tertiary Institutions and TED Fund. The chairman of the committee, Muntari Danduse, presented the report during plenary.
The core objective of the bill is to provide a legislative framework to support the establishment of Nigerian Education Loan Fund with a view to oversee the general administration of the management and disbursement of the loan to beneficiaries.
President Bola Tinubu had last week written to the Senate and the House of Representatives seeking the repeal of the Students' Loan Access to Higher Education Bill and to enact a new one. The bill, which scaled first, second, and third readings in both parliamentary sittings, became law on Wednesday.
The Committee of the Whole considered the report of the Committee on Tertiary Institutions and TED Fund on the Student Loans Access to Higher Education Act, Repeal and Reenactment Bill 2024, and approved as follows. Loan title as recommended. Number of clauses, clauses 1 to 36 as recommended. Interpretation, Clause 37 as recommended.
On the repayment of loans by beneficiaries, the bill stipulates that beneficiaries of the fund shall begin repayment as soon as the beneficiary becomes employed in any capacity. From the National Assembly, Sagir Ibrahim, reporting for Trust TV.
Sagir Ibrahim there from the Red Chambers of the National Assembly. And now, still on the Delta killings, the Ijaw Youth Council has called on the military to work strictly with intelligence to arrest killers of personnel of the Nigerian Army in Delta State. The umbrella body of Niger Delta Youth Council said it has received distress calls from people in various communities that the military has been burning down houses and killing innocent people. Trust TV's Friday Ebimoboy Peter reports.
Leader of the Ijaw Youth Council, IYC, Jonathan Lokbobri, condemned in strong terms the brutal killing of soldiers on a peace mission to Okwama, an Urhobo community in Ughelli South local government area of Delta State. IYC said it's unfortunate that people would dare to invade and attack soldiers on a peace mission to resolve lingering communal battle between the people of Okwama and Okoloba communities in Delta State.
It's a very sad and ugly development in the history of our region, where lives of men in active service in the Nigerian military were gruesomely murdered, not in the battlefield, but simply on a peace mission where they attended to a distress call to intervene into an intra-communal conflict between Okwama and Urobo community, and then that of Okoloba and Ijo community, who have coexisted together several decades ago.
The IYC president further said the information available to him is that military are engaged in reprisal attacks in the community, leading to death of innocent persons and destruction of properties. He said the military also extended its onslaught to Igbomotoro in Boma Kingdom in Bayelsa State, where houses has been burnt down, a lot of persons killed, including elder brother to a serving chairman of Southern Niger local government area.
If the independent investigation do not reveal that people from that community played a role in what had led to the untimely death of these military officers, and then just based on immediate information without proper investigation, and then this reprisal attack was taken on a community where dozens of our people have been killed and properties worth hundreds of millions have been burnt down. As a job people, it will be my charge that we will sue the government of a nation like OD community did, so that adequate compensation be made to that community. A nation where people who are law-abiding are punished, sometimes even before the criminals, is unacceptable.
The Ijaw Youth Council president, however, said they are yet to know the total number of innocent lives lost because the community is being taken over by the military, as no one can go in or out of these communities. From Yanagwa, Friday, Ebimobowe Peter, Trust TV News, Yanagwa.
More on security matters. The Katsina State Police Command says it thwarted a kidnap attempt and rescued victims of the incident unhurt. Police spokesman ASP Abubakar Sadiq, in a statement on Wednesday, said the success followed a distress call notifying the police of an attack in Hayin Dam village in Kankara local government area by some suspected armed bandits. He added that the hoodlums had, during the attack, invaded the residence of one Kabir Magaji, aged 35, of the same address in a bid to kidnap him alongside his wife and Saadatu Magaji, aged 20. ASP Sadiq advised members of the public to promptly report anyone seen with a bullet wound, as some of the suspects escaped the scene with gunshot injuries. While commending the officers for their display of bravery, dedication and professionalism, the State Commissioner of Police, CP Aliyu Musa, urged people of the state to continue providing the command and other security agencies in the state with timely information on suspected criminal activity to enable the command and other security agencies take swift and decisive action against criminals in the state. And out to Benue State, gunmen have reportedly killed 2 farmers in Onipi community in Adoka district of Otukpo local government area in Benue State. According to locals, other farmers were injured while some went missing in the attack, which happened on Tuesday morning. The locals said the victims were working in their farms when the invaders struck. Caretaker Council Chairman of Otukpo local government area, Alfred Okeita Omako, confirmed that 2 farmers were killed. Omako said 12 people were injured during the attack and taken to the hospital for treatment, while tricycles loaded with yams were burnt along the farm road. He said it is the first time Onipi community has come under attack. The State Police Command is yet to respond to inquiries about the incident. And on to the FCT. The Federal Capital Territory Police Command says it has paraded suspected armed robbers, including a dismissed soldier, for various offenses in the FCT. They also paraded suspects who staged their own kidnap in order to collect ransom. Trust TV's Neil Sampson has details of the story.
While parading the suspects, the FCT Commissioner of Police, Bennett Igwe, emphasized the need for residents to report any case of suspected kidnapping to the police instead of just paying ransom, as such kidnap might be staged.
When they report case of kidnap to you, I have requested that report to the police. Report to the police. Some will demand for ransom. Report to us. If you have my number, call me. That is why, thank God that for so far, there's no strong kidnapping case again. But anywhere you hear kidnap and the demand for ransom, call me.
He also used the opportunity to address the incident at Wuse Market, as well as rumors of the command planning to demolish IDP camps in the FCT.
About the Wuse Market, the correction officer is with me. He's with me. We are doing the process of taking him to court. And we are going to do that. He's with me, has been arrested. Peace has returned to Wuse Market, absolute peace. We can see our men there ensuring security further in the market. All manner of people are living in IDP camp. And no person is shaking them out. No person knows who and who at all that is in IDP camp. We have not done any demolition of IDP camp for now. If we are going to do it, we will still inform the press. But police, we are not doing demolition.
Some of the suspects narrated their involvement in the crimes they were arrested for.
Definitely, that's how he bring that logic for us that is a Yahoo is that he was going to search her. So, yes, that's what he said. So when we comes, we now see the lady inside the car, concetor. So it has happened like this. He dragged the lady by force to enter that place. It has happened no matter what they said.
At that point, I just wanted to, test my girlfriend to know if she really cares about me, to know if she hears the news about me being taken by the police, if she's going to show up or show, like if she really cares about me, because someone I think getting married to, I just want to know her loyalty to me. So that was, no, she's not. She's not.
The same test you wanted to get has been done now. Are you happy with it?
I didn't really know. If I knew that my brother is going to be this worried and go and start involving the police, I didn't even take it serious.
Okay, a young lady staged her kidnap and decided to seek refuge or shelter with me.
Meanwhile, the command has reiterated its commitment to making FCT safe from all forms of crimes and criminality. No. Samson, Trust TV News, Abuja.
Still on security matters, the federal government has made a significant revelation disclosing the identities of 15 entities suspected of involvement in terrorism financing, including 9 individuals and 6 Bureau de Change operators and firms. This revelation came to light through communication from the Nigerian Financial Intelligence Unit. The disclosure stems from a meeting held by the Nigeria Sanctions Committee on March 18, 2024, where specific individuals and entities were recommended for sanctions due to their alleged roles in terrorism financing. Notably, the document approved by the Honorable Attorney General of the Federation with the President's consent outlines the individuals and entities designated for listing on the Nigeria sanctions list. Among the individuals cited in the document is Tukur Mamu, a Kaduna-based publisher currently facing trial by the federal government for purportedly aiding the terrorists responsible for the March 2022 Abuja-Kaduna train attack. The document alleges that Mamu participated in terrorism financing by facilitating ransom payments exceeding $200,000 to support ISWAP terrorists in securing the release of hostages from the Abuja-Kaduna train attack. Additionally, the document mentions another individual suspected of perpetrating the attack on St. Francis Catholic Church in Owo, Ondo State, on June 5, 2022, as well as the assault on the Kuje Correctional Center in Abuja on July 5, 2022. And now to the Green Chambers of the National Assembly. The House of Representatives has appealed to the technical team of consultants for the ongoing constitutional review exercise to make necessary sacrifices for the nation by helping to birth an acceptable and people-oriented constitution. The Chairman, Committee on Constitutional Review and Deputy Speaker of the House, Benjamin Kalu, made the appeal at a meeting of the review panel with the 9-man team of consultants chosen to drive home its mandate in Abuja. The committee also formally inaugurated and issued appointment letters to the consultants. It also shared the timeline of its work plan with the consultants, urging them to study it and make their inputs where necessary. It will be recalled that the Constitutional Review Committee recently unveiled the action plan targeting December 2025 as a period to conclude its assignment.
I solicit for your optimal commitment and dedication to these all-important national call to duty. Write your names in gold with your contribution, with your sacrifice. Working for the nation, partnering with the parliament, will come with a lot of challenges. The parliament will ask a lot of questions in the manner you conduct your duties. But I want to assure you, it is only for the interest of the nation that those questions will come.
And as you rightly observed, this is a call to national duty. It is indeed a privilege as well as an honor that requires patriotic responsibility. We want to assure you that we will study the work plan and we will try our very best. And we assure you that we will not let you down. This is a matter that concerns every Nigerian.
Ahead of the off-cycle elections in Ondo and Edo states, the chairman of the Independent National Electoral Commission, Mahmoud Yakubu, has tasked civil society organizations on the need to file in their observation report from previous elections or risk accreditation for the polls. Yakubu made this known at the quarterly consultative meeting with civil society organizations at the INEC headquarters in Abuja. Neil Sampson has more.
The INEC chairman noted that while INEC will continue to partner with CSOs, it is mandatory for civil society organizations to file in observation reports from elections conducted in the past, as it is a requirement for accreditation for future polls. He also called on the CSOs to engage political parties to strengthen their advocacy for inclusivity of groups such as women, youths, and persons living with disabilities.
I urge civil society organizations to engage with political parties and observe their primaries, just as you engage with INEC and deploy observers to the main election conducted by the Commission. By doing so, you will strengthen your advocacy, particularly for inclusivity for groups such as women, youth, and persons with disability that are underrepresented in elective offices at national and state level. May I therefore seize this opportunity to remind those that are yet to submit their observation reports that it is mandatory to do so, being one of the conditions for eligibility to observe future elections. Going forward, the Commission will operate strictly on the policy of no observation report, no accreditation.
A representative of the CSOs, Mufulait Fijabi, says they will collaborate with political parties to strengthen the observation of primaries leading to the emergence of candidates.
It's very important that we continue to work together as civil society organizations with the election management body, considering the need to deepen democratic practice in Nigeria. We have also taken very seriously the very important need for an inclusive democratic process driven by the kind of election that we all work together to have in this country. And of course, the fact that civil society organizations already work with political parties would also strengthen its observation of primaries leading to the emergence of candidates in elections.
Nigerians are hopeful that INEC will deliver an election that will reflect the will of the people. Noel Samson, Trust TV News, Abuja.
This is the News Hour on Trust Television, coming up after the break. We'll bring you details of how cultural heritage is mixed with business traditions as Agiogo community commemorates fishing expedition. The news hour will be back shortly. Don't go away. We'll be right back. Welcome back and thank you so much for staying with us. Let's take a look at our top stories again. You heard that Nigeria Labour Congress pickets Labour Party headquarters, demands Abure's resignation. Service chiefs meet senators in closed-door session over soldiers killing in Delta State. And I'm moving on to more stories. The 2019 World Population Review estimated that approximately 49% of Nigeria's population resides in urban areas, marking a significant increase from 16% in 1960. This indicates a notable trend of internal migration within the country, influenced by various factors such as insecurity and unemployment. Pushed out of their native communities by the urgent need for better opportunities, internal migrants often face challenges accessing decent shelter and other essential public services. Trustee Ibrahim Ismail looks into the lives of residents in Ruga 1, a neighborhood situated in the Wuye area of Nigeria's capital city, Abuja. Take a look.
Believe it or not, this is in the heart of Abuja, a stark contrast to the high-rise buildings and beautiful streets that usually accompany the opulence synonymous with the federal capital. About 700 people reside in over 300 makeshift houses, as reported by a local official in the settlement. Many of the residents left their homesteads in search of better opportunities in Abuja. 47-year-old Abubakar Isa relocated from Sokoto to Abuja with hopes of improving his family's life. Abubakar, who supports 2 wives and 8 children, struggles to access basic public services in Abuja while working hard to fund his children's education. I gave my eldest son, who is in secondary school, 1,000 naira as transport fare daily. The other 4 children get 200 naira each, and they take meals from home. Every day I spend 1,800 naira to send them to school. We endure the pains of illness. We don't go to the hospital except someone collapses, because we can't even afford the cost of laboratory tests. Even in public health facilities, we rely on drug vendors in the streets. Abubakar works hard to provide for his family, while his wife Jumai bravely withstands the scorching heat inside their makeshift home. She perseveres in her efforts to secure a better future for their children through education. However, her aspirations face mounting challenges due to the limited availability of basic education in their community.
I wake up at 6:30 a.m. to make sure my children go to school at exactly 7 a.m. Because the school is very far and they must trek or take a car. But they play on the road and sometimes they come back home without reaching the school.
Amidst the uncertainty of residing in these makeshift homes, businesses flourish within this environment, providing employment opportunities and addressing the issue of unemployment. However, the residents aspire to improve their living conditions and seek government intervention to access better housing options. As it stands, the government is supporting us by allowing us to live here because we don't own this land. But if the government can allocate plots or build houses for us, even if we are allowed to live temporarily for some period of years, it is better.
Ku yi gini amma iya shekaru kaza aka ɗiban muku gaba ɗaya zuwa wannan lokacin kowa zai iya tashi ya kama gaban shi ko kuma ya neman ma kanshi mahita.
We are Nigerians. It is painful to refer to someone who has lived in a city for 10 years as a stranger. That's why we want the government to cater for us. just the way it does to all citizens. We are also Nigerians and contribute to nation's building. Nigeria's capital, Abuja, is often seen as a city that offers greener pastures for most Nigerian migrants seeking for better living conditions. And according to an online medium, Urbanet, known for its publications around migration, Nigerian cities will be populated with people who seek for decent accommodations, but mostly people living here in such slum areas in Abuja struggle to survive the accommodation challenges. Ibrahim Ismail, Trust TV News, Abuja.
Ibrahim Ismail there. The Nigerian Medical Association in Plateau State on Tuesday uncovered a fake doctor, George Osai, who operates as medical doctor at religious centers and schools in the state. The association said it had been trailing Osai for a long time without success until Tuesday when the association appeared at a church while he was operating. A statement jointly signed by NMA State Chairman and Publicity Secretary Bapigan William Audu and Estefanus Bintumbako said Osai was arrested in collaboration with the State Ministry of Health. The NMA chairman, however, called on members of the public to report any suspected fake doctors to them as drastic measures would be taken to investigate the matter. He commended security agencies for their cooperation and enjoined the public to always seek the services of health professionals within the confines of a health facility rather than engaging anyone selling medicines or claiming to be a medical doctor.
So I've aged. I know as I'm in this mess, probably it's because I've been caught before, but I feel my eyes are open now. Please, let's get adjusted with mercy. I know I've aged. All these things they took me into it because of lack of job. I was so downcasted at the point I was depressed. Please find me hard to be with me. Finally, you know how to forgive me. I will make a change with Christ. Find my peace with my God. I will carry the cross for myself. I know I've started it already. But please forgive me.
More on health matters. Nigerians have been advised to desist from using charcoal and other substances to wash their mouth in order to maintain the best oral hygiene, especially in the morning and at night. A dental therapist, Bon Bartolome, gave the advice on the sidelines of an event commemorating the 2024 World Oral Health Day in Gombe. Trust TV's Adamu Imam has details of the story.
The World Oral Health Day is celebrated globally every year on the 20th of March to empower people with the knowledge of how to prevent and control oral diseases, which affects nearly 3.5 billion people worldwide. The day also seeks to encourage people to look after their oral health by adopting routine oral hygiene and managing risks of tooth decay.
So we advise that you use it to stick effectively by brushing a tooth at a time, So you have to brush it at the tooth at the same time. The using of charcoal and sand and salt, honestly speaking, we discourage such, because when you are using those things, they are very corrosive. They tend to erode the harder part of the tooth and expose the middle layer and the inner layer, and it exposes one to sensitivity.
Experts say effective oral health can help keep the mind and body health, protect against the spread of infections, and maintain good looking.
The presence of tooth in the mouth, it helps person to speak very well, to digest food very well, to maintain his facial profile.
Concerns were raised on the best form of oral hygiene, especially among family members, as knowledge on the subject matter seems limited.
I use salt to clean up, in case of any odor, I use salt to clean up my mouth and then go to work. But in the process of day-to-day activity, if I eat something like onions or something that I know that will cause my mouth to smell, I still use salt to clean up.
We use chewing stick
My grandmother, the same thing. If you don't chew, use your chewing stick, and then you come and show her that grandma, this is she say, okay, that's when you go and eat.
The 2024 edition of the World Oral Health Day has the theme, A Happy Mouth is a Happy Body. Adam Imam, Trust TV News, Gombe.
Now to another labor matter. The Borno State chapter of the National Association of Academic Technologists has called on President Tinubu to implement the 2009 agreement and effect the payment of outstanding earned allowances. The association made the call at University of Maiduguri campus during the commencement of a 3-day warning strike. They expressed disappointment with the federal government's failure to honor the agreement it signed after renegotiations and continuous interventions and appeal from the government for NAAT to halt their planned strikes over the years. They want the federal government to pay outstanding allowances, upgrade obsolete equipment, and improve the dilapidated state of laboratories in higher institutions. The chairman of the association, Yusuf Bulus, warned that the association will embark on an indefinite strike which will shut down laboratories, practical lectures, and research works if the government fails to comply.
So we have been pursuing this thing right from 2010 up to today. So we will be promising signing agreement to call off the strike. We have been calling off the strike, like the immediate one now was 2022 that we had with government, and the government now says that they call us and we sign a memorandum of understanding. But that memorandum of understanding was not also respected. So when we went for strike, they refused to pay us our salary, which is 5.5 months. So on that process, we wrote. And it is unfortunately that federal government were able to release 4 months salary for other unions in the university, while our own was not paid. When we were trying to write, we wrote so many letters, we were trying to see how federal government will now look at us and pay us our backlog. Unfortunately, they didn't give us that attention.
And now to the southwestern part of the country, where residents of Lagos State are calling on the federal government to take immediate action to ensure food security in the nation. To achieve this, they want the federal government to facilitate massive importation of food by opening all borders in the country. The report.
Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu's decision to subsidize staple food items have significantly eased the burden on families, ensuring that putting meals on the table becomes a bit easier. While this is a welcome development for those who have access to this subsidy, others say it's not all areas, particularly those within the 57 local council development areas, have equal access to the subsidy. They said this unequal distribution may lead to chaotic situations and stress the need for federal intervention.
What will solve this situation is for the government at the federal level to allow for massive importation of food. The borders must be open for food to come in. That should be the immediate solution, because when there is it's a simple economic arrangement. When you have surplus of food items, the prices automatically will crash.
The food subsidy initiative has been commended across the state following its significant impact on the welfare of the masses.
To the problem of high cost of food items, but that the government started this program is a welcome development, and I know that there can be improvement. The program for now is a temporary one. The government can extend it further, and that's not the final solution, like I said. I know that Lagos State government is also embarking on a large-scale agriculture, farming, in order to solve the problem of availability of food and also reduce the cost of food.
But we have employed the government to please come to our aid. People are suffering. Some people do not have money to buy that loaf of bread. Some people do not have money to buy that rice. The rice at 55,000 is uncalled for. How can we be buying rice? Local rice, for that matter, at 55,000 is uncalled. Please, government should look into it and help the masses.
They emphasized the importance of creating suitable grazing area for the cattle to ensure food security and stability in the nation.
Agiogo, a riverine community on the south bank of the River Benue in Makurdi, is mostly occupied by the Jukun tribe, known for fishing and preservation of a natural pond where they organize a fishing exercise once in a year. Trust TV captured the sights and sounds of the 2024 edition of the expedition, as reported by Jimmy Azande. Let's take a look.
According to locals here, fishing is an ancestral art that has been preserved from time immemorial among the Jukun ethnic group. Although the pond is open to all, including visitors, as we found out, Jukun residents have however adopted this fishing exercise as a yearly routine.
This place has been in existence for quite a long time, even before our forefathers. So what they usually do is that every year during the rainy season, they blocked it. And as soon as the water begins to dry up, some of the fishes will remain inside here, which after some times they allow the public to come and catch. All right, but up to now, as you can see them, they come for fishing, and it has really helped people from this community. Some of them to build house, some of them to even raise some money to go into business.
From the harvest to the annual ritual, the community head has a sharing formula that is accepted by everyone.
Due to the catching of the fish in this community, Agiogo community, distribution will give every client their own. The stranger within the community, the chief will call them, still give them compound by compound. So for a long time, since my father, even me, it is through this kind of catching of fish my dad trained me in the school. So both my own children, both fishing. You need a good management that will look after the fish pond, the pond very well. The fish, how the water is going to dry, the coming of the water. So this one is very good management that you will see there will be a fish.
They also said most youths in the Agiogo community live decent lives through fishing by making proper use of the River Benue.
My benefit in this fishing, so I train my children for school, I pay their fees, I feed them, I buy the clothes. More than 30 or 40 something years. I have 5 kids. Then I train them for the fishing.
Residents come out in their numbers to participate as it is tradition. In the past, the depth of the pond yielded more fish, but in recent times, the river is gradually drying up due to natural and man-made factors that call for immediate dredging. Jimmy Azandi, Trust TV News, Makurdi.
The federal government says it is working towards creating 1 million jobs for Nigerians in the span of 5 years through outsourcing. The Minister of Trade and Investment, Doris Anite, who disclosed this, said the federal government intends to achieve this under the National Talent Export Program, which the minister says is in line with President Tinubu's mandate to increase employment, boost trade, and diversify the economy. The report.
Nigeria currently has an unemployment rate of 5%. As part of efforts to address this, the Ministry of Trade and Investment says it is working on taking full advantage of the nation's youthful population to fill in the global gap of skilled workers through global service export and talent outsourcing, which the minister says is an industry that will be worth an estimated $904.4 billion by 2027.
With a youthful population and about 3 million graduates from the Nigerian universities every year, we are very optimistic that we have what it takes to support this industry. Nigeria has the potential to provide high-quality talent for the global service export and outsourcing industry. As a country, we have a significant value proposition for regional and global markets for the export of services. We will actively target green and brownfield job opportunities everywhere in the world. We are also taking advantage of the African Continental Free Trade Area to also target those within Africa and also be of service to the African continent. Similarly, it's been estimated that by 2030, around 85 million jobs will remain unfilled globally due to skill shortages, resulting in a loss of about 8.5 trillion US dollars. Nigeria has a large, youthful, and skillful population that can take advantage of this in a way that can significantly benefit our economy.
The concept of outsourcing is not new, as it was earlier attempted by the Goodluck Jonathan administration. However, the scheme was not given the necessary attention during the Muhammadu Buhari administration. NATEP coordinator Femi Adeluyi delves into the importance of outsourcing, as well as strategies being implemented to ensure Nigerians truly benefit from the scheme.
Now, the benefit of outsourcing is that not only are jobs created, but the jobs are jobs that are currently outside the country. In other words, the funds that will be coming as payments to the people will come as foreign currency. And we know that that is something we really need as a government right now. When you see that something is bringing incentives to the country, it's a thing that the government will want to make sure it's sustained. Right now, we need the jobs. Right now, we need the forex. And this is a good opportunity for that to be done.
Anita stated that the National Talent Export Program will begin with 50,000 Nigerians and increase the figure over time. She further revealed that gender inclusivity will play a large role in the program, as 55% of the beneficiaries will be women. Chamun Dabeng, Trust TV News, Abuja.
Let's now join Yusuf Akogu for some business news.
Welcome to Business News. I am Yusuf Akogu. The Central Bank of Nigeria says it is working to ensure that a final copy of the National Financial Literacy Curriculum is included in schools' academic calendar by October this year. The Central Bank stated that though the document is still being drafted, the curriculum should be integrated into academic programs in the next school sessions. Speaking at the opening of the school mentoring program to commemorate the 2024 Global Money Week, with the theme Protect Your Money, Secure Your Future, in Abuja, CBN Deputy Governor, Financial System Stability Directorate, Philip Ikeazo, emphasized the importance of including financial literacy early in the lives of pupils and students. He said besides making money, students must also understand the concept of fraud and scams, savings as well as investments for their future. Ikeazo said being equipped with such skills at a tender age will enable the student to achieve financial independence and a financially secured future. The upward trend in oil and gas exploration activities persisted in February as the rig count and index of measuring upstream activities rose year-on-year by 23% in February 2024 from 11 in the corresponding period of 2023. According to the March 2023 monthly oil market report of the Organization of Petroleum Exporting Countries, on a month-on-month basis, the exploration indicated marginal growth of 6%. The Chief Executive Officer, Nigeria Upstream Petroleum Regulatory Commission, Gbenga Komolafe, said the sustained rise in exploration was due to the positive impact of Nigeria's Petroleum Industry Act, PIA. Komolafe said 2024 looks bright as the agency has concluded plans to conduct oil licensing round as part of the implementation of the nation's Petroleum Industry Act, PIA. Security experts have warned players in the insurance sector to brace up for a surge in cyber attacks as more Nigerians and others are exploiting loopholes in the digital space to hit establishments. They say the worrisome development, which has attained a global dimension, has amplified calls for system fortification against cyber terrorists. They added that the digital space has come under cyber threat by fraudsters who see the attack on people and corporate privacy as a source of income. A cybersecurity firm in its recent threat report revealed that ransomware attacks against small and medium enterprise SMEs was the biggest cyber threat to business owners in 2023. Now to the stock market. Equities market closed in red for the first 3 trading sessions this week due to profit taken by corporate investors. Let's see how it went down. Today, TIP PLC down there 10% to close at 2 naira and 16 kobo per share. Of course, NSL Tech also down in the negative territory, 10% it lost to close at 54 kobo per share. Beg your pardon. FBNH, First Bank of Nigeria PLC, one of the Taiwan bank quoted on the exchange, down 9.90% to close at 39 naira and of course 60 kobo per shares it ended. Of course, this has dragged down the market by 0.28% in terms of volume of trade, 294.125 million shares, value at 6.712 billion naira in a days of 8,155 did exchange hands among investors today. Of course, on the activities table, FBNH, First Bank of Nigeria Holding, is there leading the table remarkably. 38.76 million shares is traded. UBA 29.083 million shares, and of course Transcorp 26.296 million shares. It also traded on the day. Of course, we have some equities that recorded marginal gains despite the negative sentiment in the market. Of course, one of them is NEM Insurance, closing 10%. They closed at 8 naira and 80 kobo per share. These are the highlights of the stock trading as it went down this Wednesday on the floor of the Nigeria Exchange Limited. Let's see the global stock market for today. Now to the FX market. Naira sustained gains at official and parallel market on Wednesday. Let's see today's market data. Oil prices fall on Wednesday after hitting multi-month highs in the previous session as investors brace up for the U.S. Federal Reserve's interest rate policy announcement. At the London market, European Brent sells for $85 per barrel. For the pay basket, price moves up to $86 for a barrel. And that's business. I am Yusuf Akogu.
Yusuf Akogu there with business. Now away from Nigeria, Israel has rejected Hamas's truce proposal, with Hamas official Osama Hamdan expressing concern over potential deadlocks in ceasefire talks in Doha. In Gaza, over 100 aid workers have been killed and many wounded in recent Israeli attacks, as reported by the government media office. Displaced individuals at Al-Shifa Hospital recount the Israeli army's siege of the medical complex in Gaza City. The death toll from Israeli attacks on the Nusayrat refugee camp has reached 27, while another attack on an aid distribution team in Gaza City resulted in at least 23 deaths. Since October 7, over 31,923 Palestinians have been killed and 74,096 injured in Israeli attacks on Gaza, while Hamas's attack on October 7 led to the death of 1,139 Israelis. Let's now join Emmanuel Fashemi for the latest in sports.
Nigeria's D-Tigress has been handed tough opposition in the upcoming Paris 2024 Olympic Games. The draws, which took place late on Tuesday, were held at the Patrick Berman House of Basketball in Nice, Switzerland. According to the draw, the African champions will compete in a group alongside Australia, Canada, and host France. Group A housed Serbia, Spain, China, and Puerto Rico, and Group C consists of Germany, Japan, Belgium, and the United States of America. The basketball event at the Olympics will be held at the Decathlon Arena, Stade Pierre-Mauroy in Luxley, France. The interim coach of the Super Eagles, George Finidi, has said they must make Nigerians proud during the upcoming international friendlies. Super Eagles will face the Black Stars of Ghana and the Eagles of Mali in Marrakech, Morocco this weekend. With invited players already in camp, the Enyimba international coach is optimistic about the games. George said the team will be calm and do their job properly to make Nigerians proud, as a lot of them are watching. He said the 2 games are crucial, hence the team will take them seriously and make sure they get the best out of them. He added that the players are doing a good job in training, noting that he is happy with the team spirit, which he said is good. And that is sports. I am Emmanuel Fashini.
Well, there you have it. You're up to speed with the latest news stories in Nigeria and beyond. And with that, we've come to the end of the news hour on Trust Television. But do not forget, you can always follow us across all of our social media platforms and also join our YouTube live stream for more news programs and documentary. I'm Aisha Salihu. Thank you so much for watching.